Hello and welcome to ACS Golf, and today's video, which is a versus video. I love doing these videos, by the way, guys. So basically what I do, if you're new to the channel, is I take a brand new model of a club, or maybe like one that's 1 or 2 years old, and then compare it to an older version of itself, with the idea of finding out, has the club really changed? Should you be going out and spending $400, $500 on a brand new club, or can you save yourself some money by going for the older one, saving yourself $200, £200 by going for that older version and not losing any performance? And that's the whole point about these versus videos. I have quite a few other versus videos actually coming up over the next couple of months, so do remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you do not miss out on them. Now, the two clubs we're looking at today is the Qi10 from 2024, so brand new this year. My review of this club, by the way, is out on the channel at the moment, so do check it out, against the Sim2 Max from 2021, a legendary driver when it comes down to Taylormade. I haven't actually got my review out yet of this club. It will be coming shortly, so do remember to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. So the idea for me is to see, is it worth getting the brand new Taylormade, which in the UK retails for £499. In the US, it retails for, I think, around $600. Or going out and getting the Sim2 Max, which you can still pick up brand new in some retails over here in the UK. In American Golf, for example, you can, for only £279, which is about $350. So you could technically save yourself around £200, $250 by going for this over this. And you still get a hair cover with this, still get an adjustment tool, still get a venter shaft in it, very much like this. So it does beg the question, which one is going to win? Because if this one wins, you could save yourself a lot of money by not getting this, putting that money maybe towards a lesson so you can hit the ball better and therefore get better distance anyway, and then that will be winner over winner. Now, there are 3 models in both of these sets. Rick Shields actually did a video of these two against each other the other day. However, in my mind, he did the wrong club against the wrong club, because they both have their most forgiving models. The Sim2 Max has an HD, which is high draw, where this weight is right down here. And then the Qi10 has the Qi10 Max, where this weight is right down here. And he put the Qi10 Max against the normal Sim2 Max, which in my mind isn't a fair fight. Got ultimate forgiveness against very much your middle road club. And that's why I wanted to do this video today, because I wanted to put the middle road club, the one which is for, best distance, but also best forgiveness, against the one that is exactly the same. So this is why I've got these two together today, and we're going to find out who is a winner at the end. Okay, so there you go. There's the two clubs. Now, talk about technology wise. Technology, again, hasn't really changed. Both got a speed pocket, both got a carbon fiber on the bottom, both got carbon fiber on the top. Both got this MOI weight here, pretty much exactly the same position in the Qi10. Both got a weight at the bottom. Changes are aerodynamics. The Qi10, let's be honest, is a little bit of a bigger profile. They've stretched out a little bit more than the Sim2 Max. Personally, I prefer the look of the Sim2 Max. The carbon fiber on the top of the crown of the Qi10 has come more forward as well, so there's definitely more carbon in here. And then obviously you've got carbon face in this, and then the Sim2 was the last titanium face that they did. And then the aerodynamics on the bottom are slightly different as well. Overall, not going to lie, I prefer the look of the Sim2. I really do. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous club. I prefer the shape of it. I just think it looks better. But anyway, there you go. So there's technology in them as well. Very, very similar. Barely a change. Now, let's get down to the range. I'm going to throw some figures at you, and then we're going to come back here and we're going to discuss an overall winner. It's going to be an interesting read. All right, I'll see you back here in a second.
So here we are down the range. Now the first couple of shots with the Qi10, unfortunately the tracer didn't work. The last couple are with the Sim2 where the tracer did work. Now, let's get into those figures. So on average, I had a carry of 214 yards with the Qi10, total distance 251 yards, ball speed 154 miles per hour, launch angle 7 and height 44 feet. With the Sim2, the average was 227 yards carry, 249 yards total distance, ball speed 153 miles per hour, launch angle 11 and height 75. Now, those figures are a little bit down from what I normally get, mainly because I actually had a wind in my face that day, which did affect the results. However, because I was testing them both on the same day, they were both equally affected. Now, when it came down to club head speed was the quickest, was about, I think, 102, 103 miles per hour, and the slowest was 94, and I averaged out about 98, which I normally do, so that was good there. So yeah, I mean, with the lofts of these clubs, I had the Qi10 set at 9.75 degrees and the Sim2 10 degrees to try and get them as close as possible to make the results fair. Overall, obviously very happy with both clubs, as I'd expect.
So there you go, some figures for you. Now, before I really delve into the differences between these two drivers, I will just add, this is a 9-degree head and this is a 12-degree head. But whenever I do these videos, I try and make sure they match as closely as possible to make it a fair fight. So I lofted this up to 9.75 degrees and I de-lofted this down to 10. So there's only 0.25 degrees between them. And with all of these things, as best I can, I try and keep the shafts the same as well. And in this case, I did. I used my Ventus 50 gram stiff shaft, which I love. Used to have it in my Stealth 2 last year. So I used that in both the clubs to keep it as equal as possible. So now into the figures, and as I mentioned, the Qi10 on average was 251 yards, while the Sim2 on average was 249 yards, 2 yards in it. But let's really go into the figures here. So carry was only 214 yards with this. Well, carry with this was 227. Now that is down to the fact that I could launch this into the air, well, really easily, to be fair. You know, I had on average a launch of 11 degrees. With this, I only have an average launch of 7. Now, for me, I struggle to get the ball up in the air, so I always look, well, basically, I normally use 12-degree head, to be fair, because it helps me get a higher launch angle. And so, therefore, the Qi10 with that 7 is something I'd expect around that sort of degrees, 9.75 degrees, because I don't play that. I normally loft it up. Now, I can change my swing to get the ball up in the air, but it just means I'm not as consistent. So I use a loft to do it for me, basically. 7 degrees, so what I was expecting. But with this, 10 degrees to get 11 degrees launch, it wasn't even the highest was 12, total feet 75 feet in the air. This was only 44 on average, was really low. It was just so easy to get this thing into the air. It really was, and it just made my life a lot easier with it, to be fair. With the QI, I felt like I really had to go for it, but with this, I felt I could just do my normal swing, still get it in the air, and still get some really good distance. With that headwind coming into me, to average 249 yards, I was very happy with it. So yeah, so more carry with this. Total distance, as I mentioned, was 251 and 249 there, so really not that much difference. Ball speed again, 154, in the Qi10, 153 in the Sim2 Max. Again, that's barely any difference. Mentioned launch angle and mentioned height. Club head speed, by the way, I was about 98 on average for both of these, so really spot on. However, let's go into the shortest and the longest for each of these during the testing. Now, the shortest was actually with the Qi10. It was only a carry of 208, total distance of 243 yards, ball speed of 149 miles per hour, so just dropped below that 150 mark. Launch angle was 6, and height was only 40, so really low sort of stinger there. While the shortest with the Sim2 was, well, it was 224 yards, carry 224 yards, total distance 244 yards, ball speed 153 miles per hour, launch 12 and height 76. I think got the spin a little bit. There wasn't a great hit and it span up quite a bit with this driver. That's why I got really good height with it. So again, a yard in it. really nothing in there. You know, yes, I could look at the carry, but for me, you know, I wouldn't have this set of this. You know, I tested this in 11 degrees and got some really good numbers from it. Moving on to the biggest of the day from both, and this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So with the Sim2, 237 carry yards, total distance 252 yards, ball speed 155 miles per hour. Not the fastest I hit this, I actually got to 156 miles per hour ball speed. Launch angle 11 and height 93. Really got it in the air there. With the Qi10, on the other hand, this is probably ball speed, one of the fastest ball speed I've ever hit, actually, definitely down the range. Carry, and it's really annoying, it was into the wind, because I feel like if it wasn't into the wind, this would have been an absolute monster. And probably the same with this one, actually, the 155 mile per hour one. Carry, 249 yards. Total distance, 261 yards. Ball speed at 161 miles per hour. Launch angle 8 and height 73. Just because, even though it came out low, because of that ball speed, it just flew. Well, nearly dropped the driver then. Really, really, really impressed with that. Do I think I could get the Sim2 Max to that ball speed? I'm not too sure, to be honest. And that's the thing there. I'm not too sure. You know, I got 156. But I just felt like that was sort of the max I could get this. Well, with this, like I said, I did get that 261. So very, very impressed with that. However, you know, that's for me, my shots, you know, that's when I really swinging for it and really got it out the middle, which was perfect. I think my swing speed was over 100 there. I was 102. So I was really going for it with this one then and got it. So very impressed with that. But that is a flyer. And that's one of those drives where everyone now and then, you know, we all do it. We catch one right out of the middle. We've swung that a little bit faster. We got the launch angle great. And then suddenly we bolted it down the fairway. We all do it. Are we going to be doing that every single time? No. And so therefore, do I think, you know, this, get it the right way around for you there. So this at £499, $600 is worth the extra £220, $250 over the Sim2 Max? No, I do not. I really don't. The technology, you know, I know they brought the carbon fiber face in there, but the technology hasn't changed. Personally, I found this easy to hit over the Qi10. I really did. It was a joy to hit. It was easy to get in the air. You know, it was really good. Felt really nice as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm quite enjoying the carbon now. You know, I used Stealth 2 last year and I'm quite enjoying the carbon in the Qi10, but it's not worth it. It just isn't worth it. The price isn't worth it. Now, a professional player could go out there and maybe squeeze a couple more yards out with this. But then, you know, Brooks Koepka, he kept this in the bag for years, the Sim2. You know, a lot of the tour players still probably out there, you know, might be using this. I've got friends who use it. You know, you look at like sort of Golf Monthly now, and they say it's not worth getting in new stuff. Now, if you want something brand new and shiny, you don't even have to get this. You can still get the Sim2 Max, you know. And I personally think it looks better than the Qi10. I really do. I prefer the shape of it. I prefer the aerodynamics on the bottom. I just think it's a better looking club. I like the blue on the top. I like the traditional white line they've got there. The only issue is with this, if you sky it, but then, you know, it's got carbon fiber right up to the front there. If you sky that, not great. But for me, you know, feel wise, looks wise, I think the Sim2 has it. Distance, yes, on average, the Qi10 has it. But, you know, you're paying £100 for 1 yard because it's like 200 yards for that extra 2 yards. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. Now, if you want, you know, to have the newest equipment in your bag, you know, then sure, go get this. You know, I've got the Cobra Dark Speed in there over the Stealth 2 that I had last year. I love it. I think it looks great. Was there much difference really between that and the Stealth 2? No, the only reason that's in the bag is because I get it on with it more. I hit more fairways with it over the Stealth 2. Stealth 2 was longer than this. I will say it straight out the bat. Stealth 2, I definitely got more distance over my dark speed, but I'm just more consistent with that, and that's why that's in the bag. So you don't need to buy brand new, guys. You really don't. So overall, in this versus video, we technically do have a winner by 2 yards, the Qi10. But, a big but, is it worth it to get this over the Sim2 Max, which you can both buy brand new in the UK? It is not. I found the Sim2 Max personally easy to hit. It was a joy to hit. Don't get me wrong, the Qi10 is a fantastic golf club. It is a joy to hit as well, but I preferred the Sim2 Max. And 2 yards in it, it's not worth it in my mind. It really isn't worth it. If you're looking for a brand new driver right now, you know, you want to go and get fitted for it, you're going to go down to American Golf in the UK, get that, save yourself some money, and then maybe put it, you know, save yourself £200, £220, buy a brand new putter with it. Get yourself a new putter. Get yourself maybe a brand new fairway, get yourself a hybrid, you know, put it towards some lessons, you know, to help you hit the ball better. Rather than getting that, do it. Get the Sim2 Max. That's the winner for me. It really is, even though technically it was the shortest by 2 yards on average. I'm really looking forward to getting it down the range again, getting it in my settings, so keeping it at 12 degrees, and then really seeing what damage I can do with it. Because I'm not going to lie, to be honest, it works really, really well. I will not hesitate to put this in the bag over my Cobra Dark Speed, which is a brand new club for this year. Alright guys, now I hope you enjoy this video. Do remember to give it a like if you did, and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out. There you go, miss out on weekly ACS golf reviews. It was probably not a smart idea to do that with these two clubs then, but so you don't miss out on, you know, weekly ACS golf review videos. And also do comment down below, you know, do you play a Taylormade driver? You know, if you do, which one do you play? You know, have you tried the new one to compare it? Do let me know. All right, guys, I'll see you soon for the next ACS golf video. Bye-bye.